But you're right behind the camera, so I don't
Hi,
have a choice.
everyone. Welcome to Her Talk with Tai Vicari. Tonight we have an amazing show. First off, we're going to have three amazing guests, and I have John Muller, Dr. Pat Barrington, and Kasha Mann. They're coming on, each on their own segment, so you get to see all the inside scoops of what they're going to tell you. And I am just really excited. This is my first show as the host of Her Talk of Tai Vicari, and I want you guys to tune in every single week, Thursday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, for a live feed off of YouTube channel on WLINY Internet Radio. And then go to Facebook if you want to see it again, because later on we'll upload it to Facebook. So let's get started with my first guest. He is the District Grand Lecturer, Suffolk District, Order of the Eastern Star, State of New York, John Muller. So welcome to the show, John.
Thank you for having me, Tai. I'm glad to be here.
So tell me exactly. You have a long title.
I do.
So what exactly is your title? What do you do?
Within the Order of the Eastern Star, we have two district leaders. There's a district deputy grand matron and the district grand lecturer. I'm in charge of the ritualistic work and fundraising for our veterans projects within Suffolk District, which covers Suffolk County.
So what exactly is the Order of the Eastern Star?
Order of the Eastern Star is related to the Freemasons. It's a primarily female organization, but there are Master Masons involved that, again, help with supporting and providing the security for the ladies who are having their meetings. But it's a fraternal organization trying to benefit humanity and mankind in general.
Yeah, and their motto is charity, truth, and loving kindness, correct? So what does that entail?
Not really sure. I've never been asked it quite that way, but our charity is the biggest thing for us. This year we have a couple great projects. On the state level, we're supporting research to lupus, to find a cure for the disease lupus on the state level, and locally we're supporting our veterans.
So when you're talking about locally, that's Suffolk County, and so that's what brings you here tonight. So you're doing something for Hero Flight, correct?
It's actually called Honor Flight.
Honor Flight. I am sorry. Thank you for correcting me.
No, not a problem. But yeah, we're on April 7th. We're having a bowling event, and here's a flyer for you if you to show everyone. But we're hosting a bowling event at East Ahsak Plains, and all the proceeds from the event are going to be going to Honor Flight. And the unique thing with Honor Flight, and why we chose to support them, is what they do is they take veterans from right here on Long Island who served in World War II, Korea, or Vietnam, and they never got that hero's welcome when they came back from overseas. A lot of them were just ignored and treated poorly.
Yes.
So what they do is they take them for the day, they fly them down to Washington, D.C., they tour the memorials, they buy them lunch, they have some activities, and then they fly them back to MacArthur Airport. When they land at MacArthur Airport, there's 1,500 to 2,000 people waiting for these veterans.
Wow.
And they all form a gauntlet in the terminal, and the veterans come off the plane. They don't know anybody's there. They're just expecting to be rolled off the plane, get in their car, go home. And they're welcomed, the hero's welcome they never got.
Oh,
and
that is sweet.
The best part is there's no cost to the veteran. The program pays for the veterans entirely, and it costs about $400 a veteran for the day to fly them down. So that's why we're trying to support them. We want to send, my goal is to send at least 4 veterans this year down to D.C.
That's a reasonable goal.
Courtesy of the Eastern Star. I'd like to do more, but I'm going to keep my goal reasonable. If I can send 4, I'll be very happy. More is even better.
So on April 7th, which is a Sunday at 3 p.m. at the East Islip Lanes, it's $30 per person. I'm just going to look into the camera. It's $30 per person, and $20 for non-bowlers. I'm going to be there, and I'm going to be bowling because I'm really excited. I know that I really suck at bowling, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Right, and that's the idea. It's meant to be a fun event. Mm-hmm. If you're a good bowler, you're a bad bowler. I've got people who are coming who are sanctioned league bowlers. They're bowling every week for money, but they're coming to have a fun afternoon bowling to support our veterans, and that's the goal. And for those who don't want to bowl or can't bowl, you can come for a reduced fee and you can just hang out, eat the food, hang out, socialize. And if you're not local and you want to help support, we are doing sponsorship banners that are going to be hanging in the bowling alley. That if you have a company and you want to give money to the veterans, my email address is, I know it's on the screen, it's somewhere down there. But you can email me and we'll do sponsorships, and your company banner can hang in the bowling alley to help support the project.
Yes, my company did a sponsorship.
Yes,
so,
Tai was actually the first sponsorship I got this year for the event. So we're definitely moving along and going to have some nice money for the veterans.
Which is really good because, I mean, Honor Flight is something. Now, I see you have a coin here. What is that?
Okay. Honor Flight, as part of their fundraising efforts, they have what they call a challenge coin. Some people may have heard of them, some are not. It's actually really nice. I'm going to see if I can hold it up here that the camera sees. I don't know if it's going to see too well. But it's a coin that has, on the reverse, it's got all the branches of the service on the field of an American flag. And then the Honor Flight logo on the other side. And these are, a nice little memento. I have one that I keep on my desk at work. And actually, this one, Tai, is for you.
Oh, thank you.
As a little thank you for having me on your show to spread my
word. Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
It's just something that they have a tangible memento of what the program is that you can hold on to and remember.
And has weight to it.
It does. It has a little bit of heft to it. It's not exactly
this is no cheap coin. So Honor Flight Network, and that's Long Island, and so. They go down to Washington, D.C., which is a great thing.
Yes.
And when they're in Washington, D.C., what do they do exactly?
They go to the memorials. They take, if it's primarily World War II group, they go to the World War II memorial, and they've split up they go to all the memorials. They spend the day touring the memorials in D.C. They get lunch. I don't know what else really they do. I haven't gone down with them, but I've heard the stories of it. It's mostly touring the memorials and giving the veterans a chance to spend some quality time with their comrades that they may not get to here at home because, life is busy, doctor's appointments, whatever may be for them. It gives them a chance to be back in that mindset for a day of fun with other people who've been through that, and a chance also for them to get that hero's welcome they never got.
That is so awesome. So now I know, and I'm going to just put my very cool coin I'm going to put down right here. Now, I know that it's not only Honor Flight that you support, but you support other things throughout the year with the Order of the Eastern Star. Right. And so what other upcoming events do you have?
So in addition to the bowling, on May 10th, we have our District Chinese auction out at the Polish Hall in Riverhead. That's our big fundraiser for the year, and the proceeds from that are going to the Masonic Medical Research Institute, which is up in Utica. Mm-hmm. It's on the campus of the Masonic Home, which is the Freemasons of the state of New York. And they're doing amazing research in this facility that we've built into autoimmune diseases and heart diseases. And this year we're supporting their research into the autoimmune disease lupus. For those of you who don't know what lupus is, it's actually pretty gnarly. And I don't use that word lightly. It literally attacks the organs and cells of your body as if they don't belong there. So your immune system is fighting with your own body. And they don't know what causes it. And the one issue they have with lupus is a spectrum disorder.
Okay.
So no two people really have the same symptoms or react the same way to treatment when it comes to lupus. So it makes it a lot harder to find treatments, cures, and even the cause.
Oh, wow. So they're trying to find...
They're trying to figure out what causes it.
What causes this strain that's attacking the immune system.
Yeah.
All right. And so the Order of the Eastern Star is having, again, at the Polish...
It's a Chinese auction at the Polish Hall on May 10th. I know it's all... We have it all over Facebook. I know it's on the Long Island Chinese Auctions page on Facebook. We've posted it a couple times. It sells out fast. There's a maximum capacity at that event of 150. We sell out every year. And
you guys have great menus. I have to say when I'm in, because I'm a part of the Order of the Eastern Star. So, but when I'm there and I'm listening to what the upcoming events that are happening, and then I'll hear about the list of food that's being served, and I'm like, I'm going for the food. I'm staying for the fun. But,
that actually ties into one of the bad acronyms from Order of the Eastern Star, because it's the OES.
Yes.
Some people call them the Overeating Sisters, because food does come into play in a lot of our events, but I think food is a great equalizer because everybody eats, and you're more at ease and relaxed when you're sharing a meal with somebody.
Yes.
So, Overeating Sisters may not be the greatest acronym, but a lot of times it does fit. Because we eat, at almost everything we do, there's food involved.
This is true. So, so tell me a little bit more about the Order of the Eastern Star. Like, let's say someone wanted to know about the Order of the Eastern Star or join it, or what's that process? Share the process.
The easiest way to describe the process is if you know somebody who's a member, talk to them. If you're not sure, there's Masonic lodges all over the county. Eastern Star meets, there's 5 chapters in Suffolk County. We have one in Riverhead, Smithtown, Babylon, Amityville, and I'm drawing a blank on where the other one is.
I'm drawing a blank on where the other one is also. Is it in the, it's not in the Hamptons, is
No.
it? No, it's not.
Sayville.
There you go.
The 5th one is in Sayville.
Yes.
So, we're spread out, and if we're not there, usually there's a phone number you can call, leave a message with the lodge secretary, because all the buildings are owned and run by the Masonic lodges. We meet there as Eastern Star members. We meet in the Masonic lodges. But if there's not a chapter there, they can get you in touch with somebody who might have more information.
So tell me some, aside from raising funds for people, tell me, or charities and nonprofits, because that's, the focus is, the Order of the Eastern Star is a nonprofit that raises funds for nonprofits. So it's like a great organization.
It is a great organization.
But what other fun things that you do that, that you could say, hey, come on and join the Order of the Eastern Star. We want you.
I wish that tactic worked, because, sometimes it is hard to get people to join. But we do have fun activities. Every year in July, we have a retirement community up in Oriskany that we maintain. And we have a bazaar the end of every July. And that bazaar raises funds to support the home. And, we have hamburger booths and all the food. And, again, food comes into play.
Yeah.
But it is a fun event. And, we also, bowling is a fun event. We try to...
You guys have a bowling league, I heard.
We don't have a bowling league. But there are, including me, a couple members of my family, and there's about 10 of us who are in a bowling league. It's a fun social league. Actually, that's how I'm connected to East Isles of Plains. That's where we bowl in our league once a month. But it's fun, and it's not, sometimes when people say, oh, you're in a bowling league, you must be really good. You don't have to be good to be in a league. Almost every bowling alley has a social league, which is more about fun and friendship than the scores on the sheet.
Yeah, it's a fellowship.
It's fellowship. And that's what we try to do. We try to, whenever we have an Eastern Star meeting, we try to have a fun activity to go along with the business. And even though we are a charitable organization, there's still business. We still have bills. We still have stuff we have to discuss, planning events. But we try to have a fun tie-in with that as well. At a meeting we had in Riverhead a couple weeks ago, after the official meeting was over, they did a skit. And it was me and our district deputy, Grand Matron. We were in search of leprechauns and the pot of gold.
Did you find any?
We found some plastic gold coins on the floor, but that was about it.
I got the best coin right here.
Yes, this coin's a lot better, I think, than the little plastic coins we found. But it was fun. And actually, there's a picture of me floating around on Facebook where I look like a drunken leprechaun, because I got the plastic leprechaun hat on, the leprechaun glasses, and, I was having fun. And we try to have fun when we can, but again. Absolutely.
And you guys also hold a book fair in Bay Shore, and you do it in the, more than just in Bay Shore, but what you do is you do the gift wrapping through the holiday seasons during, I think, either Mother's Day or Father's Day, depending on what time period.
Most of that is coordinated through the chapter out of Smithtown, but they set up at Barnes & Noble and work with Barnes & Noble. They do a couple book fairs a year and book wrapping during the major holidays, so that, and that money also goes to support all the projects and the lupus research and the veterans this year, and Last year we were supporting Special Olympics and Fisher House. So every year there's different projects we support, and it's a nice way to keep the word out in the community and help the community at large.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that the Order of the Eastern Star does, and what I love about it is that we get to volunteer our time and our efforts to help other people and to make their lives a little bit better.
Right.
You know, and that's basically what the Order of the Eastern Star
Right.
is about, is getting together, you know, sisters and brothers getting together. And I don't mean blood relations. I mean, you know, we call each other sisters and brothers.
Right. And the tie-in with that is, you know, there are religious connotations within the order. You know, one of the beliefs is that we're sisters and brothers under God.
Yes.
And so that's why we all refer to each other as sisters and brothers. Tai is my sister in the order. I'm her brother in the order, even though we're not related outside. But we're sisters and brothers.
You don't know, I just got my DNA test done and I found out that I'm 43% Irish. You don't know.
You know, go back about 10, 20 generations maybe. But you know, more recently, no, there's no relation. But, you know, it is about the loving kindness of helping others.
Yes.
And that's where loving kindness and charity, truth, and loving kindness comes in. It's lovingly helping others through our volunteerism.
And you're a legacy, right? Your family
my family, that I know of, I'm third generation in Eastern Star. And I grew up around the Eastern Star. My mom and my grandmother were members in Brooklyn District, which is up towards the city. And when I was a kid, I'd be going to meetings, sitting outside the meeting room with Mom while she's inside. So I've been around it my entire life. And it took me a while to join, but I'm glad I did.
So any final, you know, things that you want to say to the audience? You know, now's your shot.
If you're interested in any of our events, again, my email is up there. You can reach out to me. And we look forward to as many of you who can support our bowling event as possible. We're really trying to have a great turnout and see what we can do to support our vets. It's a great program. I went last September, and I was really moved by it, so I'm glad.
And what date is that again?
The bowling event is April 7th at East Islip Plains and 3 p.m. I'm hoping to have reservations by April 1st so I can give them a heads up of how many people are going to be there, because I don't want to show up with 200 people and they're prepared for 50.
Okay.
You know, that's being optimistic. I think the bowling it only holds about 230 people, but I'd like to fill the place if we can.
So that's, you know, thank you so much, John, for coming on today. I really do appreciate it. And for the audience out there, if you want to get in contact with John, all you need to do is at the bottom of the screen, John's information was there, his email, his phone number. You can call him at 516-939-8377. And we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we're going to be with Dr. Patricia Barrington, author of Breaking Generational Chains, A Woman's Guide to Freedom. So stick around, and we'll be right back. Hi, and we're back with Her Talk with Tai Vicari. So thank you guys for tuning in this evening, and I hope you're enjoying. You know, we had John Muller on from the Order of the Eastern Star, and he did fabulous. And I just love the fact that they're raising funds for individuals out there so that they can enjoy an honor flight. So don't forget to donate to them. So now I am very pleased to introduce to my left Dr. Patricia Barrington. Now, Dr. Patricia Barrington is the author of Breaking Generational Chains, A Woman's Guide to Freedom. So, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you so much for coming. I really do appreciate it. Now, I read your book.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
Awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
I did.
That's great.
And I have to say, this is such an inspirational book. I mean, it makes you realize that, you know, you have to think about your life first off. Yes. Can I
Sure.
talk a little bit about it?
Of course.
So basically, this book, you know, Breaking Generational Chains, it's written with the Word of God in mind.
Yes.
So it's more of a Bible study type book. Would you say that?
I would say.
Okay. So what inspired you? What happened? Like, why did you write this book?
So I wrote that book because as you know, I'm a minister, an evangelist, and I was going to Africa, where I believe the Lord called me. That is my purpose, to help feed the hungry children of the world. So I started out in Ethiopia, and then I got down to Kenya. And as I traveled through different places in Africa, I realized how women have such a burden. They are the ones who are raising their family. And I guess I can say that also for the not for everybody in the black community, but worldwide. I have seen in the black community how women toil, and a lot of them are just like treading water. And even in my own family, because I came from the Caribbean, there are a lot of single parenting, and people had to work really hard. And I was wondering, why is this? Why is it this way that women have to work so hard? And I am not going to be working that hard. So I want to know what is the reason. From reading the Bible, I realized that something must have happened somewhere. And as I went back and started looking, I started pairing up with what happened with Cain and Abel, what happened with David and his family. And I saw that going down the line in the life of people. And so I started questioning myself, God, why did you create me? What is your plan and your purpose for my life? And so I began to investigate what is my purpose and what is my plan, what is his plan for me. And so I decided that there are things that were blocking me, and I wanted to know why they were blocking me until I started praying and asking God to open up the doors and show me what steps to take. And so it led me to a lot of stuff happen in that particular time period in my life, and I really had to go before God and ask him to help me. And I believe it's that same kind of thing that single mothers need. And not only, and I discovered after I wrote the book, men were asking me, why aren't you writing one for men too? We need to get the same information. I said, well, at the time, I wasn't thinking about men, I was just thinking about women, and I saw the difficulty that we were experiencing, so that's why I did it that way.
I'm excited because you mentioned men, so does that mean that there's going to be volume 2 and a guide for men's freedom?
Yeah, sure,
So-
sure.
I mean, why not,
Yeah,
right?
why not,
Why
you know?
not? So I know that you say that you've traveled to Africa. So why? Like one day you said, I think I'm going to go to Africa. Like, how did that come about?
So how that came about is that while I was seeking God to find out what's the purpose of my life, and I started to pray, I remember I used to listen to the radio, and while I used to work in Far Rockaway, so I drove from Suffolk County to Far Rockaway, and I used that time for my prayer time. And during that time, I would see how a lot of children were getting put in the garbage, and they were being abused. And then the same time, I would look at World Vision, talking about and bringing the children, the hungry children, on the television, and it broke my heart. And I would pray, and one day I said, Lord, send somebody to help those children. And as I drove through Long Beach, I heard somebody in the back of my car said, why don't you go? And I was like, you know, and then I start thinking about it, say, sure, I could do that. I could do this. If I could come from St. Vincent to America, I could go to Africa to help. And then I started to pray more. And I had this dream about this young boy out in the pastures under a tent. And he was like, my son was about 11 at the time, and he was the same age. But he was so emaciated. He was dying. And it was a group of them. So I walked through, and this is in my dream. I walked through the camp, and I went and started rubbing his back and humming a tune. And then I got up and I walked away. And that kid mustered all the strength he could get, grabbed my hand and put it back on his back in the middle of my sleep. And I sat straight up, and the tears were coming down my eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And my husband said, what happened? I said, well, I had this dream. He said, oh, it's just a dream, go back to sleep. And then that was like in March. In April, I had the exact same dream.
Oh,
and
wow.
I just couldn't get it out of my spirit. And so I decided to go on the internet to find out how could I get connection with these kids, you know. And then on World Vision, they talk about kids going around in band, kids between the ages of 5 and 8, and they were hungry. They were eating grass. When they went to the bathroom, they would pass blood. So World Vision would go and pick them up, feed them intravenously for 10 days, send that group out, pick up another group, and start that process over again. And when I heard that on the radio, my heart just broke. I just started crying. And I said I had to do something. And so I started investigating what could I do. And the first thing I did was to put on a conference, a group of singing. Got people to come and sing. I had like a concert. And the money I raised, I gave it to a pastor in Washington, D.C., who got kicked out of Ethiopia.
Oh, wow.
So he was just going back now because the communism was lifted. And so when I went over, and then I went over to Ethiopia to see where the money was going. And so when I got there, to my surprise, the church that he sent me to was in a tent.
So your dream was coming true.
So my dream was coming true. And so I started working with the kids in Ethiopia, and then somebody from Kenya contacted me to ask me if I could help. And then somebody from Tanzania asked me if I could help. Somebody from South Africa asked me. So I would go to these places to see what can I do. Then I would fundraise and send the money over for them.
So you went firsthand, you took a look at the situation, and you said, okay. So, and you basically made sure that you investigated physically to make sure, okay, there is a need here, and now this is going to be the plan, and you prayed on it, and then you said, all right, this is the money that I'm going to raise, and you did that.
Yes, I did that.
Wow, that is that is so amazing. That's like amazing and honorable, and you know, I'm honored to be in your presence because taking the initiative and seeing a need and filling that need is one of the greatest things you can do.
Yes.
So, but let's get back to your book for a second. So, you're A Woman's Guide to Freedom, and it's a, you know, chock full of amazing stories, biblical stories, and you quote Bible verses, which I enjoy, and then at the end you have a little, I guess, workbook program so that people can reiterate the chapters that they went through. So how would they go about getting your book? Like, where can they get it?
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon,
Yes,
and it's also on your website if they
Yes.
wanted to go on your website. So, you know, and we have a thing that's going on the bottom of the screen to show people where your website is. But you also coach, correct?
Yes, I do. Yes.
So what do you coach?
So I'm very excited about that. I coach change makers to take action, to bring their dreams into reality, and to build a strong spiritual life. So what I do is I activate leaders to live a life of victory, influence, and power.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh wow! And they can go to your website and they can contact you.
Yes.
How would they contact you if they wanted to email you?
Well, they could email me at drpat at drpatriciabarrington.com.
All right,
Yeah.
and then you know, and so they can set up an appointment with you, and
Yes.
so they get a consultation. I guess you go through. You have a process, right?
I have a process where, you know, when whoever contact me, we'll talk together. We'll create something that is a personal outline to see exactly what you want to do, where you want the support, and that is how I'm going to put it together so that I would know where to send you, give you stuff to support you, and really hold your hand so you could fulfill on your dream and your purpose.
Now, do they have to be physically with you, or can you do it virtually as well?
You could do it virtually and on a phone.
All right. So you have three options to
Yes.
sit down with Dr. Pat,
Yes.
and so that's a
Yes.
great thing. So I suggest everyone buy your book though, because I think
Good.
your book is amazing. And
Thank
then
you.
every week you do a live feed on
Yes.
Facebook, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what are you doing on your live feed? What's your message?
So the message on the live feed is that every week I go through the chapter and I just paraphrase it and take out a couple of tips so that I can give it to people. So if they don't have the book, they could also use those tips to inculcate in their life what might be going on in that particular area at that time.
And your Facebook page is called Dr. Patricia Barrington.
Yes,
so
it
if
is.
people wanted to, they can just visit you on Tuesday. So what time do you do it? Like Tuesday at like, what is it? Tuesday at like 1:30?
Tuesday at 1.
Yes.
Between 1 and 1:30.
Yes, and you
yes.
go live. So you're always encouraging people to like comment, because I see you saying, comment below, comment below.
Yes.
So
and a couple people have commented.
yeah.
Yes.
So and that's a really great thing, because when you're doing a live feed, you can actually speak with them if they are, you know, responding to you in a live
Yes.
session, or you'll take it on a private session if they want to. So
Yes,
if someone says,
absolutely.
hey, can you call me or can you contact me, you would do that.
Yes, I would definitely.
So, and,
yes.
and this is great stuff that you're doing. You're really sending a positive message out there. Your works are a positive thing, and I think that that's amazing that a person can say, you know, I'm working, I'm doing this, I have my own family, but there's a need.
Yes.
And somebody has to do something about it, and you know, God is working through you.
Yes.
So, what I remember, because we had talked many times,
Yes.
and one of the things that we had talked about was when you were in Africa, that you had seen this mother, and
Yes.
she was like kneeling
Oh
down.
yes, that was in Ethiopia when I went to Ethiopia the first time, and we were in this big beautiful holiday hotel, but I came out roaming around the streets to see what was going on, and there I saw this mother. She had like 3 children, and she was stooping down. 1 kid behind the back, 1 kid by the side, and 1 kid between her legs. And these kids had, we as West Indians call it manji. Like cake of stuff in their head, and the flies are there, and they were starving. She was very weak, you could see, and as a fly landed on them, she didn't even have the energy to swat the fly away. They just sat there, and that broke my heart. I never forgot that. I never forgot that. I never forgot that. And it just broke my heart to see that I am in that big beautiful hotel, and this woman and these 3 children.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there.
It does. It breaks your heart.
Yeah, I never forgot that. I never forgot that. I could never forget that.
I mean,
So when somebody asks me, I don't care where in the world they are, when they ask me to help them, I will do whatever I can to help them. Because see, I came out the Caribbean and I wasn't wanting for anything. You know, although my mother was a single mother, I went to high school, I got the best of everything. And God, I had said to the Lord one time, my mother was here in America and I was in the Caribbean, and I said, Lord, if you send me to America, I will do whatever you want me to do. So when he said to me that I should go, I go. I would pray about it to make sure that it's not me talking who want to go. And let me tell you, you don't want to go because it's a lot of money. You have to get a lot of shots and you have to get a lot of medication while you're there. And I hate taking medication. You have to take medication for all the days, a week before you leave, while you're there for 2 weeks, and then when you come back to make sure you don't bring back anything. So when he said go, I say where. And I go, that's it. That's it.
So yeah, you have a very strong passion, and your energy just shows how much you love God and how He guides you in all that you do. And I know that during this time in our society, sometimes it's not that easy for a lot of people. So, you know, we're coming towards the end of our time with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to talk to the audience and just give them a little message and, you know, just tell them something?
Absolutely. I just want you to know that wherever you are in your life, God is able. He is sovereign. He will always make a way for you. You just reach out, speak to Him. Speak to Him. You might not think that He's hearing you, but He can hear you and He will answer you. And all things work together for good, for them that love Him. Just reach out to your Heavenly Father, your Creator, and He will handle your business. Yeah.
That is nice. That is just nice. And to everyone out there, I want to thank you so much, Dr. Patricia Barrington, for coming on Her Talk with Tai Vicari. And I really hope and pray that everything, you know, goes your way. And whatever your next mission is, what's your next mission, by the way? I think you're going somewhere.
Oh, my next mission, I'm going to Australia and Singapore at the end of April.
Oh,
Yeah,
my
I'm
goodness.
going on a mission trip.
Yes. So you're traveling all over the world, spreading the word.
Yes, absolutely. That's what I was created for. That's my passion. That's my purpose.
So
to take the word of God wherever He wants me to go.
So thank you again for being
Thank you for
on,
having
and
me.
thank you guys for continuing to watch, and stay tuned, because when we come back, we have Kasha Mann. She is an amazing rhythm and blues recording artist, and she is also the owner of Ahsak Skincare. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a few. And we are back, and I am so excited because this is the third segment of our show. So as you guys noticed, what I did was I had 2 interviews at the chair, and then what I end up doing is we go to the table. So if you are a person and you want to be on Her Talk with Tai Vicari, all you need to do is either call WLINY radio station and say, hey, I want to get on Ty's show, or you can call me. That's 631-839-6705, or you can email info@TaiVicariNMS.com, and you know what? Hey, you can be my next great guest. So I am welcoming to my left Miss Kasha Mann. She is fabulous. I mean, she truly is fabulous. She is an esthetician. Esthetician. Oh my goodness. She's an esthetician because, hey, it's getting late in the hour.
Yeah.
And she is also the owner of Ahsak Skincare by Kasha. And so what Ahsak Skincare by Kasha is a organic product where it's skincare. So you have skincare products and you have a makeup line. So you have the lipstick line here. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that with Kasha. So welcome.
Thank you. Great to be here. Great show, everyone.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't it? Oh, my goodness.
And Dr. Patricia, I'm going to pick that book up. A motivating book.
You know what? It is. I read the book and I have to say, you're going to just be like captivated by it.
I was already sold. I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah,
Very
yeah.
motivating.
It goes through, what I like is that, she tells a little bit about a story and then she gives you like Bible references and so it's like, it's really
amazing.
Yeah, it really is. But we're going to be talking about your product here. So I see that you have soaps, I see you have lipsticks, I see you have lip gloss, and I see you have concealer here. So tell me a little bit about, first off, why did you say, I think I'm going to make a line? So what happened?
It's all about holistic, natural skincare for me with 0 chemicals. I want products that I want to use that I can not worry that is any kind of chemicals in them. So I am very allergic to everything. Since I was a child performing, my face was always breaking out. Eczema in my skin. My mother was not able to find any kind of topical medication to treat my eczema. I just used to suffer. Suffer. And as I got older, over the years, I just started doing my own natural remedies, actually, from organic fruits, organic roots, all different extracts. So I just started traveling and just doing research on what can I do to better my skin problem, my skin condition. And I came up with certain organic properties that worked for me. And I said, if this can heal me, I can share this with the world. So I gravitate towards my own skincare line. I gravitate towards getting my own soaps, my own everything. Yes.
So then you created your own soaps, and there's this one here, which, oh my gosh, this is the Sage soap, and it comes in this yellow box, and it's not only it just smells. I like sniffing soap. So not only will it clean your body, but it smells really good too, and it's all. If you look at it, like this is just a real. This is handmade soap, basically.
Yes.
And it's put together, and you can see the ingredients in it. And you know what? When you're using soap, you want to make sure that you're using soap that actually it just says it there, sage. It's like, I love that it's like one of the first ingredients with the soap here. So you have sage. Let's go through them. So you have sage. What's in the purple box?
We have lavender.
Lavender. Of course, purple means lavender.
That's it.
And then this one I love. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is the peppermint one. Now,
yes.
I used that peppermint one. Where was it? I can't even see it anymore.
I remember you've been using it.
See, you can't even see it.
I remember.
So I had a grease burn because I was my son and I, I was trying to teach him how to cook, and he like flicked the thing and it splashed on me, and I had a scar of a burn. And you had given me the soap, and so I used it for like a week, and you can't even see the scar.
Let me ask you a question. When you use it on your skin, of course your skin was already healed. It just did it leave like a dark coloration?
I had like a brown spot.
Right.
I had a brown spot on it because clearly I'm like milk. So I had a brown spot.
Mm-hmm. But morely, the lemon soap will get the complexion back to its regiment. Absolutely. I'm surprised the peppermint. That's a good thing that the peppermint does that. I didn't even know that. Look.
Yeah, I didn't even try the lemon. I got to try the lemon now because clearly it's going to do something.
It's going to brighten you.
And I know like this one is, it's more masculine, correct?
Yes. It's like a must smell to it, but it's a lemon grass, lemon smell.
You guys have to try these soaps. These soaps are amazing, and they're really good for your skin, and you do feel refreshed, especially after the peppermint, girls. Okay, so so what's the deal here with these lipsticks? I know my go-to lipstick, and my go-to lips, if you look at my lips, my go-to lips is Brown Brownsville.
Love it.
And that's from Ahsak Skincare. So it's Kasha's lipstick.
Yes.
And this is vegan friendly.
Yes.
So every one of her products is vegan friendly. So if you're a person that, you're not going to wear lipstick because of the fact that you don't believe in animal cruelty or whatever, this is animal cruelty free. It's vegan friendly.
Matte.
It's matte. It stays on.
Energetic.
So, how do you order these?
Hyper-energetic, don't forget that.
Hyperallergenic. So if you're going to order these, you're going to go to, what's your website?
www.ahskskincare.com. It's my name, Kasha, skincare.com.
So if you go to Kasha's website, on her website there, you can buy any one of these products. I mean, these products are really good. And I love the bonus that you have.
What is the bonus? Now,
okay,
tell me.
The bonus is.
Do you remember?
I do remember. You
remember.
buy a lipstick, right?
Yes.
And you get a lip gloss and one of these makeup bags for free. So you're getting 3 items for the price of 1 lipstick. So I'm like really excited about this, and I love this. And so the lipstick you get, the lip gloss, I'm sorry, you get one of 2. You either get the neutral color or you get the fuchsia. So I actually have one of each because
How do you like it? Do you like the glossy matte? Because it's like a mixture of glossy and matte together.
So what I like to do is I like to take the, which one do I take? I take this one. So this one is the Kasha Red Wine.
Yes.
I'll take the Kasha Red Wine and then I'll blend it with some of the neutral to kind of lighten it up a little.
Nice.
And then it gives it that like rich look.
I didn't even realize you do that.
Yeah, that's the thing, right, ladies?
Awesome.
We're blending.
Awesome.
So I blend the lipstick and the lip gloss. And what I like is that I can have a cup of coffee, and I'm a coffeeholic. And I can have a cup of coffee and my lipstick will stay on almost all day. So that's another thing that I really do like about it. So your product works. It's vegan friendly. It's affordable, and you get all these neat gifts with it. So the concealer. Yes. So this concealer, and this is a great case. Do you also get a makeup bag if someone orders concealer?
Well, the concealer is actually, we're thinking about putting it online. It's actually for special events, and it goes online only on holidays. And yes, everything that you get from the first start, the beginning, will come with a makeup bag.
So this concealer though is for everyone. It's every skin tone.
Yes.
So it doesn't matter what skin tone you are. You can buy this one concealer, and you know what? If you can't use every color, I'm sure that you have friends that you could say, "Hey, let's have a makeup party."
Absolutely.
We'll have an Ahsak Skincare makeup party.
Eyeshadow to be coming out pretty soon. About next week, it should be online.
So tell me about this, because this is for men.
And women.
But this is like...
It's universals for either.
If you want to take a bite out of your husband... No.
No. Well, yeah, he's your husband, yeah.
This smells like apple, and it just smells so yummy, but this is a mist toner that, you can apply onto your skin, or your husband can apply, or boyfriend, or whatever, lover. And you know what? Right after they shave, they mist themselves up, and you're like, "Urgh." So
is it mist aftershave In a toner. So it's like a little different on a different spectrum. You can use it as a toner / aftershave for your face. Some people could use it on their legs. Anywhere there's hair, you can actually use it.
So how can we get this now? Because this one isn't
Everything is going to be on pre-order.
So this is a pre-order product because this is Kasha's new line. So and then we have the serum that's
Vitamin
right
A.
here. So this is vitamin A and vitamin
C.
And this is the serum. So if you want to look young again, this is your shot. And then, and then we have the moisture cream, which is for anti-aging. And so these 3 items are on pre-order. So if you pre-order them now, you're going to get them at $10.99.
Well, if you
right?
pre-order the
moisturizer I'm sorry.
This would be to follow next week.
Okay, so if you pre-order this moisturizer, it's $10.99, but normally it would be $20.99, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now's your shot to pre-order on this moisturizer, and this is like the fountain of youth in a little bottle.
It's a little bigger than that.
Yeah. and you just put it on your skin, and again, this is all vegan-friendly product, and this is all organic product. So this is product that if you care about the environment, if you care about your skin, you care about animal, free, animal cruelty free.
Yes.
This whole line is the line, or this entire line, I should say, is the line for you. And I love how you have all these colors. So I'm just going to go through the colors really quick. So this color here is cotton candy, and this cotton candy goes on really nice. Now, I know that you had an event. It was a woman's event a couple of months ago.
Yes.
And this woman put it on, and it looked so much different on her than it did on me. So if you think about it, depending on your skin tone and your complexion and everything else like that, even though it may look one way, it will look a different way on a different person, but they're all beautiful, so it doesn't matter. And then we have Brownsville, which is my favorite and my go-to lip. So, and
it looks fabulous on you.
Thank you. So, and then we have here, which is Kasha red wine.
That's what I'm wearing
which
now.
Kasha's wearing that one right now. So she's wearing that one, and so we have our favorites.
Yes, that's my
so
red
this
wine.
this is your go-to.
Yes.
And then we have this one, which is a little more subtle, but this is a red rose. So if you think about it, the red wine, and I'm going to go like this to see if you can possibly see it a little bit better. But we have the red wine, which is a little deeper than the red rose, but they're both in the red family. And you know what? Who doesn't love a nice red lip? I mean, if you just have a nice red lip, then you can do anything. Like, it's true. It's true. You can do anything. You know what? I always say there's a couple of things that you need in your purse or in your car.
Absolutely.
Well, not in the summertime, but you need lipstick, and you're always safe with a red lip.
Yes.
So this is like, and it doesn't matter what complexion you are. It doesn't matter your hair color. It doesn't. Red lip goes with everything. Everything.
And some people, certain corporate jobs, of course, we're not supposed to wear red lipsticks on those corporate jobs. So go the cotton candy or the Brownsville, or you can do the nude, the natural nude lip gloss. It absolutely floss.
Or you can go from night to day or day to night, depending on when your job shift starts. And you can just say, all right, I want red, and then just take some of the neutral and tone it down a bit. And it's going to last all day long. Even the lip gloss by itself lasts all day long. And especially during, because this to me is important.
Yes.
Certain seasons. So in the wintertime, you always want to have some type of moisture on your lips anyway, because you're going out there, and that helps you avoid getting chapped lips. So a lip gloss is always good to have.
Yes.
And you get it for free if you buy a lipstick. You get this and this. How can you go wrong? And then if you're in the summertime, having a lip gloss on is definitely something that you want to do, because you know what? Summertime, you can burn your lips. Lips burn.
Yes.
Lips
That's
burn.
why we have hypoenergetic.
That's right.
For dry lips, and it also protect the coating for the sun. And when it comes to the skincare moisturizer, we have PSF sunscreen in this is 50. Sometimes they have 30, but we have 50. That's the highest. And it absolutely works for males or females. We are going to change our logo when we actually put this out there, because we want men to understand this is for you too.
All right, so it's not just for women, it's for men. And skincare is always for women and for men. I have one of my sons at home. He has a skincare regimen every single night. He's like in the bathroom for an hour. It's weird. So I'm like, get out.
We're going to be putting together a esthetician group. I have a group of young ladies that's all estheticians, and they do skincare facials. And we're going to do all males. So we're not going to forget about you guys. So, just to let you know.
We're coming down to the end of our hour, and
Aw,
I am
Jacqueline.
so excited that you all were watching this evening. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe to the YouTube channel,
Yes.
and also to the Facebook page. It's WLINY Internet Radio on YouTube and WLINY Radio on Facebook. Tune in every single week Thursday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for a live feed on YouTube for Her Talk with Tai Vicari. And don't forget to stick around because we have other episodes and we have other shows. We have Finding Common Ground with Phil Giacino, and he comes on. He's on tomorrow night, so tune in tomorrow night and watch him live. And we are so thankful that I am so thankful you came tonight.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh my gosh! And you know what? Your line is amazing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ty.
This has been an amazing night. I want to thank all of you out there, and remember, be good to each other. Always, always, always say I love you to the ones that you love, no matter what, even when you're angry. And God bless you. All right. Good night.
Bye.